If I can have everyone's attention, we'll go ahead and get started with our post-qualifying pole winners press conference here in the Media Center. We welcome Kyle Busch, driver of the number 18 Interstate Batteries Toyota, who sits on the pole for the Lennox Industrial Tools 301 for Sunday's race here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. This is his 9th pole in 276 Sprint Cup Series races, first pole of 2012, and first pole in 15 races here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Kyle, talk a little bit about your pole run out there today.
Well, we don't have very many of them a year, so this is certainly nice to get a pole out of the way. You know, get you locked into the shootout, although I think past winners get you locked in anyways. But definitely, you know, a great day for us. We unloaded with a really fast race car right off the truck with Dave and the guys going and reworking everything over the winter time, trying to come up with a new package for here. Just haven't quite had something that works for us, and you know, this time around seems to be really good. So excellent lap. Just tried to hit the same marks I did in practice and back up that time. It would have put us second quick, I think, but you know, we picked up just a little bit here and a little bit there, and we were able to have the fastest lap. So really excited for Interstate Batteries, Norm Miller, all the guys there, and of course all the guys on this team that are here this weekend.
All right, we'll open it up for questions for Kyle. Please raise your hand. We'll get a wireless mic to you. We'll start right here.
Kyle Lewis, Frank Reuters. This is an Olympic year, and you kept the car off the wall at Daytona in February and did pretty well in a race. It appeared you brushed the wall here in qualifying. Did you brush the wall, and how did you hold on to it to win the pole?
I don't think we touched. I didn't feel it. So if anything, it was really, really close. I just knew that I got in the throttle really early in 3 and 4 trying to make speed, and was able to finish it, but the car slipped right at the last second. When you get to that older asphalt, it seems like this tire is different than the older tire where you lose just a titch of grip. So slid out right to the cushion point, I guess you'd say. And but no, there's no mark on the car, so all's good there.
Okay, questions for Kyle? All right, we'll take one up front.
Kyle, Matt Wernez, WWLP.com. Heading into tomorrow's nationwide race, you're going for the four-peat. Have you been thinking about that heading into this week?
No, I hadn't, actually. I would have had 4 if it wasn't for Dave Rogers, actually, who took 2 tires on me the 2008. So, you know, it's kind of funny the way things work sometimes, but he reminded me of that this morning, actually. So I think our nationwide car is pretty good. You know, the Monster Energy Camry was decent here today. It had a fast race car over there. We had to work on it a lot, but we got it pretty good. So we'll see how that stacks us up for tomorrow. But really looking forward to getting a couple good practice sessions in tomorrow with the Cup car as well, and then you know, getting to the race on Sunday there.
Okay, we'll take our next question from Mike.
Kyle, we all know how well you kind of perform in conditions where the car has to be tight. What is it about those conditions that suits you best, and why do you succeed in that or thrive in those situations?
Well, I think you just, any situation that's thrown at you, you got to be good. And you know, whether it's a tense moment coming down to the end, you're battling people, racing hard for the win, or you know, if it's just qualifying or what have you. But you know, there hasn't been a lot of times where I've qualified on the pole for I don't know, shoot, 30, 40 something races. It's been a while, but you know, you just try to work as hard as you can in any circumstance you're given. So. You know, my guys do that every time on pit road, whether we're boxed in or what have you, so you got to do the same behind the wheel.
Go ahead with a follow-up.
Just as a follow-up, what advantages did it give you then to be last out, to see what everyone had done and see what the track conditions were like?
Well, to be honest with you, I don't pay attention to what everybody else is doing. I think it screws me up more of the times than it helps me. So I didn't watch anything. I was just concentrating on knowing where my marks were and trying to remember what I did in the Cup car from practice, because I went from Cup to nationwide back to the Cup car. So I just had to put those thoughts in my mind about how to drive the car, what points I needed to look for and everything, and just make the most of the lap. And I thought 1 and 2 I was a little slow, but then felt like 3 and 4 I got pretty good.
Okay, go ahead, Nate.
Nate Ryan, USA Today. Kyle, I was just looking at the stats. I think you won here in 06, but it seems like since the introduction of maybe the new car, you guys haven't been as good here. Has it been a source of frustration for you? And is there anything that you feel like you got today that might help you out on Sunday and turn it around for you?
No, you're exactly right. I mean, I think I won the last, maybe I won the spring race here in 06. So I didn't win the last Coy race here, but close to it. I felt like I was just starting to figure things out then. But then, you know, coming back here with the COT, in 07, and then being with Joe Gibbs Racing in 08, we just haven't really ever hit anything. Felt like last spring we were close. I was making ground and was able to pass some guys actually, but then blew a bead because I was working the car too hard, and blew a tire. So it's just a matter of finding the right setup, finding whatever works. And I think we've come here different every single time, but we haven't found the magic way to get around the magic mile. So I think today we did.
Questions for Kyle? Okay, we'll take one right here up front.
Kyle, Jason Remillard, Springfield Republican. I mean, just talk about when Denny was just in here, he said how he admires it. You're the one guy, you'll always be the one guy at JGR that has the ability to just squeeze every little, last drop of speed, out of the car that you possibly can. I mean, what do you think of, that statement? Do you think, it's true, and how did that apply to today, just being able to, you knew what the situation called for and you went out there and you got it?
Well, I think that, I thought Denny laid down a really good lap. I didn't even know the 5 beat the 11. I thought it was the 11 and the 18 on the front row for a minute there until I rolled around and see the scoreboard. But, I thought Denny laid a really good lap down from where he was in practice. He backed up our practice time, which was fastest in practice. And then I figured, well, if I can back up my practice time and gain just a little bit here or a little bit there or what have you, then, we'll be just fast enough to win the pole. And that's what happened during my run. Although I had to beat the 5, I just squeezed a little bit more out of it in 1 and then squeezed a little bit more out of it in turn 4. Let's try that one. So, you just try to do the best you can with what you got. And it doesn't work all the time. Like I said, this is my first pole in 40-something races or what have you. So I don't do it quite often. I'm about like Jimmy Johnson, I think, qualifying. But we race good. So.
Okay, we'll take our next question from David, then go to Mike.
Yeah, Kyle, David Newton, ESPN.com. When you look at the wild card race right now and stacked up, do you feel the need to get another win pretty soon here? And also, when you look at Gordon back in, 17th with no wins, do you count him out yet either?
Well, coming to New Hampshire, you got to look at it week to week. So coming to New Hampshire, you look at Ryan Newman. Guy ran really well here last year. He's got to win. If he gets 2 wins, he locks himself into the first wild card spot. So then you're on the outside looking in. Well, you're still the second wild card for me anyways. But if Carl, we go to, Michigan, he's always good there, and some other places he's been pretty fast at. Atlanta's one of the ones before the Chase. If he wins there, then he could lock himself in. So, yeah, we need to get a win for sure. But we also just need our finishing position to match how we're running. We can run pretty decent. We'd be in the top 10 in points if it wasn't for all the issues we've had. And sometimes things come in threes. Well, I've had 2 sets of threes. I've had 6 bad races in a row. So we definitely got to change that around somehow, some way. Whatever needs to happen, hopefully can happen here this weekend, and make this lucky number 7 for us somehow.
Do you have a question, Mike?
Yeah, Mike Harris, RacingToday.com. You were talking about turn 5. That brings up the subject. Are you going to race at Montreal?
Yes.
What do you think of that place, and what kind of race do you expect up there? You're going to be the only Cup guy, regular Cup guy who's going to be up there this year. It appears.
Yeah. Montreal's a neat little place. It's definitely tight and unique. There's a lot of hard braking zones and a lot of opportunity for guys to mess up getting into the corners and getting into the car in front of them or what have you. Restarts are always treacherous. I think I was running 3rd there one year with a restart, 5 to go, and got spun out, finished 11th. So, it's just it's a neat racetrack. I've been fast there before. Plenty of time following Carl and following Ambrose there, who were really good. So this year we're going to have Owen Kelly practice my car, who practiced Ambrose's car. And then hopefully I can make it there in time for the race. But looking forward to Montreal and going back up there and helping the Monster Energy guys kind of, get their business going a little bit more in Canada.
Okay, go ahead with your question, Claire.
Claire B. Lang, Sirius XM NASCAR Radio. This is for the pre-race for the Nationwide. I talked to Mike Beam yesterday. They're so excited about you being in the car, in your Monster Energy car, so that you can kind of feel how far they've gone. They know that they have work to do, they know, but they're really excited about it. What did you find, in getting in the car? And I don't know if you'll know till the race or if the practice has told you anything.
The first practice told us a little bit, but there were some guys that didn't run a whole lot of laps, so then they had fresher tires for the second practice. And the second practice, we sort of struggled just a little bit. We didn't quite have the speed we were looking for early, but then we made a lot of changes, and a lot of good changes that were able to pick the speed up a little bit and made us better. So we made a qualifying run there right at the end of practice like some other guys did, busted off a good lap, and we were fastest. So hopefully we can back that up tomorrow with a good, solid qualifying effort somewhere up in the top 4, and then, you know, race up there as well, too, to try to win here and win 4 in a row. You know, like it should have been 5, but we'll take 4 if we can get 4.
All right.
No, you never forget the ones you lose, I'll tell you.